What's going on, my fellow collectors? Keeping it on the Star Wars theme today, I picked up the Star Wars Black Series Poe Dameron. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I saw this at Toys R Us. It was on sale for like 11 bucks. I couldn't pass it up. I kind of always wanted this figure anyway because I like the suit and I like the helmet. Very cool, but you got the standard Black Series packaging that we've been getting. Kind of has this little bit of an open window. You do see what you get. Got the picture right there. It says Star Wars at the top. On the bottom you got that. On the side it shows the number of the character. The other side you got the continuous open window that shows you a little bit of a side view. You get the top window as well. Then on the back you get the Star Wars. You get a little bit of a read up and all the Disney and legalese stuff. And you also get a little picture in the back there. But yeah, let's pop this guy out and see what he's all about. Okay, so here he is out of the packaging, and I'm happy. I mean, you know, there's a couple issues with the figure, but I like it. I mean, like I said, I just think the suit's cool, and I think the helmet is cool. You get a couple different accessories, but the overall look of the suit I like, especially with the helmet on. But let's take a look at the accessories first. You do get his flight helmet, which I think is great. I mean, I think there's some nice details on there. Oops. Get this camera to focus on that. Come on. There we go. But you see we got some really nice colors. You get like the yellow visor. Very, very nice paintwork and detail on the helmet. So I think that's just really cool. I like that. So that's one nice accessory, and it just fits over his head and looks good on the figure. And then you also get this kind of cheapy looking gun. It's just, you know, molded in kind of like a silvery plastic. There's detail, but there's nothing else as far as paint on it, but there is some sculpted details. And then you get a pair of hands that don't have gloves on them. And the cool thing is they have the sculpt on it to continue going up the shirt. So that's pretty neat. And I mean, the hands have some nice paint on them, nice details. And as you see, he holds the gun nicely with both hands. Here's the hand, and he even gets his finger, you know, in the trigger with that. Same thing with the gloves. But yeah, taking a look at the figure now, the head sculpt is horrible. I mean, it is. It's just very, very lifeless and just poor painting. It doesn't look anything like the actor really. So that sucks. But I'm gonna have the helmet on him, so I'm not too worried about it. But you do get a little bit of sculpting in the hair. Get a tiny little bit of wash through that. But as far as the suit, I like the suit. You know, the flight suit looks great. I mean, there's like wash all throughout here that kind of brings it out, makes it look like it's almost a little bit dirty. You get that on the white as well. Oops, sorry. Trying to get some better lighting. Sorry, guys. So I mean, the suit looks fantastic. I think it looks really good. You got some paint, you know, details on there. Really nice. This is painted really nice. Very cool. Like you said, you have a little bit of texture on this hose that comes down. You have a texture. Hear that? That's, you know, on this part of the suit has that texture to it. The belts, you know, they painted the buckles on them, and it just kind of has that, you know, it has that same texture feeling to it, and it has a little bit of wash in it to make it look like it's dirty. Yeah, a little holster on the side there. The pants, you know, still have that wash all throughout it. Lots and lots of wrinkles all the way through it. You even get like another little, you know, band down here that's housing something. Not really 100% sure what that is, but you know, all the buckles are painted on it all. You get down to his boots. They look a little funny because the sculpt just kind of stops right there. So I guess it's his pants over his boots, but you get a little bit of detailing on the shoe there. And then coming up the back of the figure, you got, you know, this little thing that comes down here. And then again on the back, you got this nice kind of dirty weathering effect on the white part of the jacket. And then on his gloves, you get some detailing on them as well. So yeah, I mean, minus the head, I like it. I think it's cool looking. I think it's great. So I think it's going to look good on the shelf, you know, with the, and as far as the hands, these pop off, you know, at that part. So when you put this on here, it continues it and gives him that, you know, like he just doesn't have his gloves on. So that's neat. I do like that. That's pretty cool. And of course the hands, you know, swivel and hinge. But I'm probably going to keep the gloves on them because I just think it looks better. And as far as the helmet, that just goes right over. And look at that. I mean, I think that looks great. Oops, let's fix that to go over his eyes. But yeah, I think it looks great. I think it looks awesome on him. So it kind of covers that ugly head sculpt. And it just makes him look a little bit badass. Now, unfortunately, you've got horrible range with the head. But, I mean, that's what it looks like with the helmet on. So let's go over articulation, because the head is horrible. I mean, there's a hinge, but, yeah. That's all you get. That's all you get on that hinge. And I'm trying to see if I can pull the head up. I mean, it's like really on there. It's not even going to pop off, but even pulling on the head doesn't give you much of anything. But I mean, you get full rotation. You get tiny, tiny little bit of pivot. That's it. He does not look, see, like there's the hinge, but it just doesn't allow for any movement, like whatsoever. As far as the arms, they do have a hinge that brings them out. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. My light just fell over on me. And I suck at editing, guys, so just forgive me. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But anyway, his arm does have the hinge. So it comes out about horizontal, goes all the way around. There is no bicep swivel in there, but there is one at the elbow. So you can get swivel out of that. You just get a single bend that really gives you no movement whatsoever. Almost 90 degrees. There is a cut up here so you can get side to side, get tiny little bit of pivot, a little bit of movement on that. There is another cut here at the waist. But that, man, is that stuck? Maybe that doesn't even rotate. I mean, I can see the cut going all the way around there. Maybe mine's just really, really stuck. So I'm not sure if that is supposed to move or not. I mean, it definitely looks like a cut. So mine might just be stuck. But you do get movement in the upper torso out of that. As far as his legs, I mean, they get hindered by these, you know, little suspender things that come down. But you get a little bit of movement. Going forward, it gets about that much, but it kicks out. Going back, there is no swivel on that side. There is a swivel on this side, so you do get a swivel there. And the cut is on this side as well, but maybe that's just all gummed up on me as well and not moving. Although you're going to be pretty limited because this is where the hose comes into. But you got double jointed knees that look pretty ugly, even though they did, you know, leave the sculpt on there. It wasn't continued anywhere else. But you get a little bit of range out of it. And you get a hinge that brings the foot all the way down, all the way up. And you get a little bit of a pivot in there. But I mean, overall, it's not bad. I'm going to put him up on the shelf with his little helmet on there. And I think it's going to look badass. Like I said, because the head sculpt is bad on it, really bad. But the rest of the suit, I think it's done great. I think they did a good job with the sculpt and the paint, making it look all dirty. You know, I mean, it's kind of a silly accessory to have the bare hands, but you know, I got them on sale, so I'm not too mad. I've kind of always liked that look anyway. So, but that is it, guys. That's the Star Wars Black Series Poe Dameron, and I will see you guys on the next figure review. Take care.